and 2. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Detroit Lions. On the Browns sideline, there you see head coach Kevin Stefanski. His guys been on a 2-game slide since winning their opener a few weeks back. Across the field on the Lions sideline, Dan Campbell. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Ford Field. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for, but this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. On the keeper, here's Goff. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Goff now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't it?
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Here's Hardman to return. There'll be a 39-yard clock, 4 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
And when you watch him play, you see even early in his NFL career, he's a guy that has the ability to change a game with his legs, and that's really important early on to understand who he is. And his coaching staff, they do. I think they're going to let him freewheel it a bit out there because they know how difficult it is for defenses to try and keep him hemmed in.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league.
had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 25 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. An inside give, Brown. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The Browns at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. You talk about this Lions defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Right back to Brown. And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he stopped immediately there. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Handing it off to Brown. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
First down. It's a gain of 10. And the Browns first down.
Play action. It's Sanders. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now it's Goff. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Goff. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 57 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Sanders. Man open left side is Brown. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And all the way up to the 49. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards on the ground. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Well, penalties don't usually hurt as much as that one does. That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. And when you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just steals away every bit of momentum you just generated with that play.
Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Goff now looking to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get a second one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Another run for Brown on second down.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
Hardman on a return.
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
They give it to Brown. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. DJ Reader there on the tackle. We're scoreless after one.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Brown. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here's Sanders. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. To throw is Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Sanders to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The Browns drive about to get started.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Sanders
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
At the 47-yard line.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. You're not. 19 Charger. 19 Charger. Hey, check that. Street. Go.
On the handoff, this is Brown. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And the throw in the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 37-yard line.
Throwing, Sanders. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Sanders. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well. Creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Stonehouse in punt formation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he's up in it after a gain of 4, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
25-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Now Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Bates' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
2nd and 11. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Alex Anzalone able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. The Browns on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and forever. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Play action. It's gone.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Goff going to keep it himself. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Gibbs. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Gibbs.
And this time he is in.
Jahmyr Gibbs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Play action. It's Sanders.
And that is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just take the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Here's Goff. He's got it to Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8.
Goff now to throw.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So a change of possession here on the punt. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it.
He's on his way.
And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. While you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Goff.
Finds Gibbs on a check down.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports.
Our look around the league starts now with a matchup of contrasting styles. All right, Brandon, thanks much. This the first official Sunday of fall, the final week before buys kick in. A full schedule of 16 games on tap. Let's roll. And it's the veteran Aaron Rodgers. This'll wind up a touchdown. The Steelers get back to 500, 2 up, 2 down as they get the victory at home. Next up, let's go out to Glendale, Arizona, checking in on the Cardinals as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And this is Sam Darnold. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Seahawks have won 2 straight since the Week 2 loss. They go to 3-1 with the victory. One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa, the Buccaneers taking on the Eagles. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. He was a big factor in the first half, as evidenced by this play right here. With that, time to look at the rest of the action here in Week 4 as we wrap up the first month of the season. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing Jones. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded at the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Goff.
Throw caught by Raymond.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Goff now looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Here's Hardman to return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now Jones. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school. Didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to his former level. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They will toss to Brown. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here.
Time for another look at this Lions offense.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive lineman job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun, here's Goff. It's Williams on the catch. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Here's Goff.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 13. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect to be great as well.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Now it's Brown. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Off the play fake, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
St. Brown motioning left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and here's Gibbs.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
All right, so they'll march backwards on the illegal block in the back.
And that's always a really tough call for the official, and I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Remember, a block from the side is legal, but that time they made the determination that that one did come in the back.
Here's Gone. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Gone. And incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they're able to build on things here with a field goal. But, you know, the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question because you know the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So, yes, tight game, you'll take the 3. But this game, it's far from over.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 31-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Ertz over the middle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Brown is in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 2. And he'll wind up short of the goal line, so they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Now Goff. That is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now it's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he returns this to the 22.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Jones throwing to start the drive.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up being complete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw again. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier. Goff now looks to throw. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Goff. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Right back to Brown. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call.
So they've gotten the third down conversion, but the illegal block in the back means they'll have to try it all over again.
Yeah, those are the ones that can be really tough to bounce back from, Brandon. Such a poorly timed penalty.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Throwing Jones. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. First and 10 inside the 30.
This will be caught once again by Brown. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up second and 3 at the 20-yard line.
Now a give left side, Brown with it. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. Goff now looking to throw.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Brings up third and a yard.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
That is caught. Shedding the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this complete to Tillman. And it's going to be another 1st down as he'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
Browns 1st down. It's a gain of 10. And the Browns 1st down.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's another.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Looking left sideline, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Hardman on a return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Off-play action. Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
To the right side, that's where Tillman is.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
12 more yards. That's another Browns first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An inside give, Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. Jones. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Folk's kick is good.
And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jamison Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point.
First and 10 at the
Here's Goff.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. To throw is Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. The Browns set and ready to go on offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Josh Paschal there to bring him down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And they're going to be set up with excellent field position to start the drive as that gets out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And a good game here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The recipe is pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
This is 1st and 10. Jones. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Here's Jones.
Completes to Njoku. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
Jones.
And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for Detroit, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
One month down, and what a month it was. I'm Scott Hansen. Here's your Week 4 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Plenty to get you caught up on. Let's start in Detroit. The Lions at home to take on the Cleveland Browns. And this is Jameson Williams. He's going to get a step downfield and run under the deep ball. 74 yards to the end zone. The Lions are into the win column after 3 defeats to start the year. They get the victory here. From there, we go to MetLife Stadium in Jersey. We'll check in on the Giants as they play host to the LA Chargers. And this is Keenan Allen. Playing like street football. Everyone go deep. And this time, it works. This is going to wind up as an 85-yard catch and run for the touchdown. The Chargers win this one by 11. Got one more to show you right now. Let's go to Foxborough. It's the Patriots taking on the Carolina Panthers. And this is Jalen Coker. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Panthers win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. So that'll do it for us. 1 month of the season is in the books, and it will only get better from here. Until next week, I'm Scott Hansen. Good night from EA Sports.